Welcome to the Alliance Connection, a podcast by the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance. Each week, we bring you insights on business, economic development, and community growth in the Greater Fort Dodge region. Our focus is to drive progress, support local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in our area. All right, well, good morning, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Alliance Connection. I'm Astra Ferris.
And I'm Katie Grobe.
And I'm so excited to have our 2026 Volunteer of the Year, Mr. Matt Johnson.
Oh, thank you
Welcome.
very much. I'm honored to be here.
Yay.
I say in the presence of greatness. I say with Astra and Katie, I'm in good company.
Well, thank you. And same for yourself. I mean, were you so shocked? Our annual dinner, to our listeners, if you weren't at the annual dinner, fun event, 400 of your closest friends.
It was, yes.
And at what point did you think, oh my gosh?
Well, I was listening and
I had a really good shot at seeing him.
And I'll be honest, I kind of was like, And then I looked up and I saw you look at me and I was like,
oh gosh.
Oh no, maybe this is me. I was like, no way. I was honored. And again, I know this, it means so much I know the staff does the selection and you guys are all amazing. And I'm so honored to work with you. And there's so many people that do so many great things. And so to be selected, I was very surprised.
Yeah.
And again, I love Fort Dodge. I love our community. And it's so easy to be passionate about when you have that connection and love.
Yeah.
And they always say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
I so agree with that.
And it's 100% true, and it's just, again, couldn't be happier and more grateful, especially with the company and the people I've wanted over the years, and just very, very excited. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And thanks for what you do for the Growth Alliance and for the community as a whole. So I guess let's start first with just introduction. So are you from here? You've been here your whole life.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty much. So we moved here in 96.
Okay.
And so when obviously parents, by the time it was Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury.
Okay.
At the time. And so I was 12 and brothers were 18 months apart. He was 10 at the time.
That's
and so
fun
I was in seventh grade.
No sibling rivalry
we
at all,
were good.
Right?
We got along great. And, my dad had worked in the corporate world and traveled a lot and wanted a career where he could be home with us. And,
awesome.
And so that's kind of how the car business started.
That's
and
nice.
An opportunity opened up in Fort Dodge. And again, it's this October will be 30 years, which is just crazy.
That's cool.
And
we're going to need to celebrate that.
We will. Yes.
So
we definitely will.
Spoiler alert.
And it has just been Fort Dodge's home, know, and again, and it's true, where you just feel like this is it. And no matter where you travel or what you do, every time you're on your way back, it's just this feeling of, I love my home, know, and Fort Dodge is that place. And I always say, anytime a need arises or something comes up, we're a community of collaboration, we're a community of connection, and people step up to help. That is not normal.
Everywhere.
When you travel, and you open the door and you greet somebody, say hi, or thanks for coming in, and they look at you like,
they're like, where are you from?
I don't know you.
I know.
It's so true.
Yes, it is so true. I recently, so I have some family that I convinced to move here. They're from Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. So folks that live in like big city, Phoenix, they're like, is this normal? Like, what is happening? Like, go to Fairway, for instance, right? Like, why are they following us? Like, they're carrying out your groceries.
Yeah,
like,
That's what they do.
People are just not used to like the friendly face.
And then,
it's Iowa nice.
People
like,
are like,
real.
who was that? I said, I don't know.
I don't know. But
they seem nice.
It doesn't
They
matter.
had a smile on their face.
It is very true. And as the director of happiness, my job is to spread joy. And so,
okay, tell me how this started. When did the director of happiness? I love it. But tell me.
We always talk about, again, people forget what you say, but remember how you make you feel. And again, and I think we all have a responsibility, any room, engagement, wherever you're at, to try to be a positive influence and leave it better than when you walked in the space.
Yeah.
And again, and I think, my job is building teams and supporting the team and taking care of guests and this idea. I think sometimes we get too stuck in all the technical details. Yeah. And again, at the end of the day, if you do the right thing and you take care of people and you're kind, good things are going to happen. They just have to eventually. And you surround yourself with people that believe that and feel that way. And I'm so blessed with our team. At both stores now.
Yes, that's
which is very exciting, which we can talk about that too. But that again, Abigail and I were talking, and I had this idea of, what's your goal in life is to be happy. And I was like, gosh, maybe I could help spread joy. And again, and so it kind of came up. So I went to her, I said, what do you think if I change my title to Director of Happiness? And she kind of chuckled, and I said, no, I'm serious. And she's like, I think that could be a good idea. And so, but it's funny how when I introduced the team, kind of same thing. They kind of chuckled, and I said, no, seriously, my job is to support you as a person, whether it's professionally or personally. And again, we always talk about work-life balance. We're all humans, and it's just life. And I think if you're happy at work, you're going to be a better spouse, a better parent, a better child, a better, friend. Yep. And I think it's important, sometimes we just see people in a certain role. Yeah. And I think it's important to say, how can we support one another wherever they're at? Yeah. And the other thing, that we always talk about is you never know in that moment what somebody's going through. Right. I had we had a guest that was buying Highlander, and we had an issue with the tailgate and touched up, and it didn't look right. And I said, I'm going to take care of it. And so we brought it back in, we repainted it, and he came and picked it up on Monday. And when he came back to pick it up, he gave me a big hug and he started crying. And I said, oh, we're happy to help. And he said, I lost my spouse last night, and she'd been battling some sickness. And so during that moment of him dealing with his spouse, this would have been just one more. And again, I always say, again, your health is your wealth. And again, and it's one of those things people take for granted until they have an issue. The rest of life is pretty trivial, and we say, okay, what's wrong? Let's fix it. Life's short, take care of people and move on. And I think those acts of kindness, again, whether you're helping somebody cross the street or opening a door or smiling, you don't know what's going on. Maybe they have a child that's sick. Maybe they have a parent that's struggling. Maybe, who knows? And I think that's what makes our community special, is because I believe we are a community of people that believe that and
actually
feel
care
and support each other. And it's more when you say, how you doing? It's not, well, how you doing? And I really don't want to know. It's how you doing? Like, what do you need? How can I support you? Yeah. And I think that's, because you all know when people say it, they don't really mean it. They're just doing it to be nice. But I think that the Iowa Nice and why our community continues to thrive is because we really believe in doing the right thing and helping people. And we know we can't do it alone. Yep. And again, whether it's city, county, Growth Alliance, private, public, the whole deal, everybody has to work together to get there. And so, and then how can you not want to help? We talk about volunteering and being passionate about the things you want to do. You feel good about where you live. You're proud of what it is. You're excited the direction it's going. How can you not want to be part of that?
It's like infectious. Like people then see that and they're like, what do they have? I want to be part of that. Right. Oh, and it's just it's
amazing.
Momentum.
And it's, talking to friends that live in bigger cities and, what are you doing or how you get involved? And, I maybe serve on this one board or commission. Right. But if you're passionate and you want to give back and you have an idea, you can make an impact. Yeah. A big impact in the community and people's lives. And it's just, you don't see that everywhere. So yeah,
I agree 100%. So in all the things that you volunteer, I know and for our listeners that you don't know, you're an ambassador, you serve on our board, you're very instrumental with just volunteering in a variety of things. You're also airport commissioner. Can you kind of just go, if you had to list all of them, like I know I'm missing, some. Let's see. There's so many things that you're involved in.
Friendship Haven, obviously, is something very passionate about. And, and we talk about what do you enjoy? And children, things that involve our youth and how to support them. And they deserve every opportunity to thrive. Yep. And some just don't have the same. And so I think as a community, our job is to make sure everybody has access and abilities and hopes and dreams, again, and this belief that, again, you can be and do anything that you want if you set a goal and you work hard and you create the opportunities. Right. I really believe that. And again, I think our seniors, we talk about the people that have paved the way, that have been there, all the history and knowledge, and how do we learn from them and support them. Yeah. Friendship Haven, obviously very close to my heart. Both my grandparents were there. Yeah. And during some of the most difficult times, I see they're angels, they're there to support not only individual, but the families. And it's a very, very special place.
I agree.
And with the dealership, a couple things I really enjoy. Thanksgiving, we serve a meal in the showroom.
I know.
And I tell you that
How many people do you guys serve?
So this year it was over, I think it was 2,200 or some number, and between in the showroom and what we deliver.
Yeah.
And obviously Iowa Central and the culinary arts, without them, this doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
And we have, so a lot of times, myself or family, the store gets credit for things, and there's so many people doing so many things. Like on Thanksgiving, we have 100 volunteers that show up, give up time on their Thanksgiving. And again, and here we get the credit. No, it's everybody doing the work, and it's families and it's generations, with children and grandchildren, and they're all supporting and volunteering. And then the people that come, we advertise a loan or a need. And I'm just surprised every year at how many people, again, just don't have family around, and they want conversation, they want connection. And so this allows, so people have come back year after year and sit at the same tables and tell stories. And so seeing that laughter and those connections every year is really special. Yeah. And from that, obviously the need of homebound and some seniors that needed help, helped with the Meals on Wheels program.
Yes.
And that has been amazing. So it's about 11,000 meals a year that are delivered. This year, this March will actually be 10 years. So so about 100,000 meals. And again, people it's all volunteer based.
Yeah.
And so people volunteer to deliver, and Hy-Vee partners for the food. And again,
so cool. Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to the Alliance Connection podcast. Stick around as we hear a quick word from our sponsor.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital. Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market. Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com. That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026. Or visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.
And one other program, again, that we've been very passionate about is the Wheels for Work. And
Tell me about that a little bit.
So this week, actually, we were able to donate a vehicle. So awesome. People donate a vehicle.
Okay.
And then we donate parts, labor, materials, make sure it's safe and roadworthy. And then we partner with Community Foundation United Way.
Great organization.
A single mother, typically mother or father with children. Again, it's really focused on the children and how do they have every opportunity. That again, people that are doing the right things, that are working, are walking to work. We had one person, the child needed services in Mayo, and they were trying to borrow cars or get rides to go to treatment for their child. So we get it roadworthy and ready, and then they select the individual. Wow. And then give them the car. And we just did one this week, and a great young mother had 2 children. She was walking to work. She was just, and so it's so fun, not a handout, but a helping hand, and people get on their feet and get going. And it's just, she was just so excited to be able to take her children to school.
Right.
And to go to the grocery store, and things that we just take for granted.
Some things that we're like, oh, I got to go to the grocery store, but
we have the option.
But you can get in your vehicle and drive there.
Anytime there's a challenge, again, there's always 2 sides. You just say,
I love that perspective switch.
How do I look at this as an opportunity? And the one that touched my heart, which some of you may have heard, or our listeners have heard, there was a gal that we'd given her a car, and she, of course, was very emotional. And she said, now I could take my children to get ice cream. And at the moment, we're like, okay, but didn't really she said she had 2 young girls. I think they were 6 and 8 at the time, and they didn't have transportation. So to get ice cream, they had to call a taxi.
Oh.
And the other kids in her class made fun of the children because they showed up to get ice cream in a taxi. And so she said, now I can take my girls to go get an ice cream cone.
And just sit and be.
And they want to go. So, I mean, even little things that we... Again, that we take for granted.
Totally.
This was, a big emotion. And so again, like, you never know how it's going to change somebody's life or what you can do. And again, if everybody does a little bit, we're going to be in a better place,
I agree.
And so, and again, I have to thank my parents. Obviously growing up, they modeled that and have been very active in the community and continue to be. And, so I'm very blessed. They're mentors, friends,
and always giving models, back and when always people are active or not.
And,
I love that.
And so it's, I have to give a lot of credit to Casey Deb. And again, and the other thing we know is a supportive spouse, and Abigail's amazing. And, and she volunteers a lot as well. A lot of times behind the scenes and doesn't get the credit. And again, and you talk about somebody that's happy and positive. Like and
How
she's
did you
amazing.
Meet her?
She's awesome. I just love her.
Yes. And so her older cousins, we knew each other. And so we were family friends over the years, but there was a different till we both got older and it worked out. So
that's awesome.
It's
awesome.
Again,
and I always love seeing your beautiful family on like different billboards.
Oh
and
my
things.
gosh.
Like, your kids are so cute.
Bella and Max are adorable.
Bella and Max, so cute.
So Bella's 8 and 3rd grade in Love and School, and Max is in 4. He's 5. He's in preschool and he'll start kindergarten this fall. And
that's crazy.
Oh, it's Yeah. And so
I love that. So you're definitely sharing that volunteerism spirit with them too, right?
Yeah,
because
they're with us.
I've seen them at different functions. They're volunteering and
absolutely,
thinking outwardly and giving back, and that's
I think
cool.
it's great to model that. And I always say you get more back than you give.
Yeah.
And anybody that's helping people just feels good. You can't not help feeling good,
Absolutely.
And so it's fun, important to model that behavior to them, and they have enjoyed it, and so it's a lot of fun. Yes.
Well, no doubt, so deserving. Just sitting here talking to you, I'm energized. Like, gosh, I feel like I should be doing more. No, just kidding. But I mean,
you are very active yourself. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I know. You don't have time for more. But no, I want to thank you for volunteering and showing up, not just for the Growth Alliance, but for organizations that are part of our community as a whole. And just listening to you and your why behind it is so inspiring. And I just want to say thank you for all that you do.
We are honored. Thank you guys. I couldn't be happier to be here. I love Fort Dodge. There's nowhere else I'd raise a family and own a business. I'm very passionate about the community. And I think it's also everybody's responsibility. If you hear somebody talking negatively,
you say
something. And I do. I'll be the first to say, no, that is not, again, anywhere you can find good and bad. And it's what are you looking for?
Right. And how are you going to change it if you really have an issue with something? Figure it out. Make a difference.
Come up with a solution.
Yeah.
Again, this is the greatest community, I would argue, on earth. And
I agree.
And so I couldn't be happier. I'm more grateful and honored. So thank you, Astra. Thank you, Katie. Yeah. You guys are amazing. I love Fort Dodge. And so.
Well, we are so thankful that you're part of our community, and no doubt, again, congratulations, 2026 Volunteer of the Year.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's awesome to see, like, you're not just talk. Like, a lot of people are just talk, and they will say that they're passionate about it, but like, you can quite literally feel it from you.
Well,
right.
I words mean nothing without actions.
Right.
So you can say all the great things. If you're not going to do it, it's worthless.
It does not matter.
Yes. Yeah. And so, I thank my parents for that, So thank you. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Yep. But it is. And again, I just can't help. For my children to grow up here, I want this to be an amazing place to live, to work, to enjoy quality of life. And again, and all the changes over the last 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah. And then to say, okay, what's it going to be in the next 10 or 15 or 20? Yes. It's amazing.
So what do you think is the biggest game changer for the community in the last 15 years?
Astra coming to the Growth Alliance.
Oh, whatever.
You knew I was going to say that. No, we had, again, when we changed to city manager and
the mayoral form,
and again, in city, county, private, public, everybody got together, collaboration, and said, in rural America,
we got to do something different.
We have to be aggressive. We have to work together. There's only so many resources, time, talent, and you have to... We have to be on the same page, and we have to be very intentional with what we do.
Yes.
And to me, that makes the difference. And we talk about time is our only non-renewable resource. It's also the only resource we don't know how much we have that we're spending every day.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's important to take every moment to use it wisely. I always say I never want to leave. If something happened to me tomorrow, I don't ever want to say, gosh, I left that unsaid. Or I wish I wouldn't have done this. Again, and I think every night you go to bed, you just say, all right, it was a good day. I did the right things. And the other thing, you know, we talk about legacy. When you're gone, nobody cares where you lived, what you drove, were they a good person? Did they positively impact the people around them? Again, did they do everything they could to try to uplift the people, you know? And again, and I think that's, for me, that's my why, you know, and everybody find their own why on what it is. And I encourage people, whatever you're passionate about, there's a way you can volunteer and help others. And so, doesn't matter what it is, there's an opportunity. And if you're unsure, contact Growth Alliance. There's lots of yes. And I know some people that are new that haven't gotten connected. You know, we know if people establish roots here, they're going to stay. So there are so many avenues. You know, you hear, oh, there's nothing to do. Well, you're not looking. I mean, I tell you, there is stuff every day of the week.
You have to make a choice. Like, do I do this or this? Because there's something all the time. So people that are watching this that are looking to get connected, there are young professionals through Growth Alliance and other activity. There is just stuff everywhere for people to make connections. And so it's great. So well, that is a good point to make. So if you are watching or listening and you're thinking, I want to get involved, let us know. We'd be glad to connect you with an organization or a group that can help fill your cup and give back.
And if you're part of a business or organization that isn't a member,
I would
highly encourage you. I know they can't say it, but you should
not pay him
you should join this. It's amazing what you guys do to help grow the community.
Oh, thank you.
And not only for the business community, but for the community in general and for quality of life and just for residents and for the growth and sustainability and success long term. It's truly amazing. And I think most people don't realize what's going on behind the scenes and all the things that are happening.
Yeah.
And so thank you just as a citizen, as a business owner.
Our team is amazing. I mean, I always say we're small but mighty
we are definitely small
but mighty.
We work our butts off,
you know, and it's like, I love what a blessing that we get to be in an industry that we touch all the things. Like, I love that we can it's so well versed to where it's like, you know, as community development, we can have an opportunity to make an impact in a myriad of ways. Versus just focused on like being a cog in the wheel on one effort or one thing, which I think is fun. And it takes a lot of, a lot of collaboration and just making sure that you put your ego at the door and you're going forward. It doesn't matter who gets the credit. We just want to really uplift our community. And, you know, it's that equitable, accountable economic and community development for live, work, play. Right. So doing all of that together is just a super amazing, like you said, it doesn't feel like work when you love what you do. And I feel everybody at my team loves what they do. And it's cool.
Absolutely. I love what I do. You
guys are amazing. And Katie, you don't get enough credit. Your creativity and the way you put things together and your commission is outstanding.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely outstanding. Yeah,
I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And you had the Canva class.
We have Canva and cookies with Katie coming up.
So if you want to be inspired by...
Do we get milk too? Oh, no, other cookies. No,
I was just thinking coffee and water.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe, but maybe I should have some milk.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, they're not going to be as good as your mom's cookies.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
she does make good cookies. Yes.
She makes some real good cookies. I don't know. I feel like annual dinner, after we were able to give out those awards, like reflecting as we're picking up the table decor, I'm just like, how fun that we get to create those moments.
Yes.
For people that
will yes.
You know, just how impactful.
And Phil Gunderson,
our
and to watch,
oh
my gosh, and have his grandchildren there. And very special.
So special. And the look on his face when he found out I
was sitting table next to him.
You were?
Oh my gosh, I looked over, I said, oh my goodness. Yeah. And so, pretty
and
neat.
I love Keely. She was the first one to stand.
She was.
I love that, like,
proud supporting spouse.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Gosh, what a great story too. It is cool that, you know, we get to go to work every day to really just highlight all the good that's happening and uplift. And if there's challenges, we get to collaborate to help a solution to fix it. Yeah. So it's pretty fun. We love what we do too. So
well, thank you guys.
We do.
And you're good at it.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
I definitely want to shout out Becker Florist. These flowers are amazing.
I do love those. They
Feels
smell
like spring.
They smell great.
Amazing.
Yes.
Do they spray? We always say, I mean, we got to get the inside scoop. Are they spraying stuff on them, or are they just not amazing?
They've got a trick.
Right?
Because they always smell
They always
so
smell good. All right.
Yes.
Like,
Well, thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you.
Right?
Yeah.
We love that. And then also do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode and many others at the Alliance Connection. We would be forever grateful for you to get the word out and continue to have that ripple effect of good things and good things more to come. So thanks for tuning in, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thanks. Every connection strengthens our community, and every conversation sparks new opportunities. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Alliance Connection.
Follow the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance online and on social media. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
I'm Astra.
I'm Katie.
And we'll see you next time.